Hello, guys. This is. Oh, no. Just pretend you didn't hear that. Yeah. This is going to be a GeoGests tutorial. Let's name this like. Particle tutorial. Alright, there. I spelled both of those wrong. Wait, did I? Yep, both of those wrong. So, let's say you want to, like, add new particles for a pad. Let's say this one. If you don't want, if a certain thing has particles and you don't want to have particles, you can go to here, no particle, and then you do that. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded. I don't know why, but yeah. And then you'll go to this little monster tab next to this orb tab and this pixel tab, and you can go to the first one. Also, you might be wondering how I have this big when you probably only have like this much. It's, you go over here, buttons per row, and buttons per row. Button rows and button per row. That's how, and I put those all the way up. That's why I have this many. So you're going to select this, and then bam, you have particles. But what if you want them to look different? You probably tried going to edit group. Nope. Edit special. Here with the bottom Y, you can show like how high they go, and negative is down, obviously. So now I'm gonna go up, and I'm gonna make it a little more like, yeah. Why'd I change that? You can also select it and then do that. It'll look a little different if you're on phone. It'll just bring up this big thing. But yeah, and now we got those particles. Also, just recently I realized that you can move these particles around, so that will be helpful. You can also do this to make it like centered a little. But yeah. And this you can do also. And like, yeah. That is basically the particles. If you go to visual, start size, you can make that 0, so they're really tiny. And end size will be bigger. So like so see how they start off tiny and end big? That's what that means if you didn't know. But yes, I want both of these to be at 2. Or both of them at 1. Let's go to extra. Sorry if you want to do all this because I don't know that much about particles, so I don't know why I'm doing this. But you can fade in, which makes it like invisible, and then clear. You can make it fade out like that. But we want both of those to be at 0. Friction, that does that. And I'm not using any of those buttons. Texture, pretty simple. You can choose what the thing is. Say extreme demons, then I can do that. But like, I'm gonna do circle, and then I'm going to scale it up a little. See, those are circles. And I can go to edit object, red. So now, oopsie, I need to make detail red too. So now, if I scale this up, they'll definitely be red. Maybe I need to be in this. I'm embarrassed. That didn't work. Oh no. That's fine. Just pick a red thing then. There's probably a different way to do that, but is this just the background? Yes. And change that back to black. So maybe you can go to 1. No. So you can just pick whatever color of thing you want. If it's small like we're trying to do, they won't even notice it. But yeah, those are new particles. And since I turned no particle on this on, like there's no particle on it if I have the particles, the custom ones that I made up there, if they aren't on it. You can also use these things and even tinier ones if you want to be really exact to make it look good like that. Oops, I meant to go in creator. You can also make this big, scale X down, scale Y down a little, and so now it's better, but worse. So now we can take this, edit special. We'll want the start size to be like about 4 and the 4. So now when we save and play, looks pretty good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Particles are pretty easy. Yeah, particles are pretty easy to do. I also don't know, is the P button the exit button? I don't know. But, so lifetime, just 2. No. Put that back to 1. So yeah, that's just annoying. I just wanna. There we go. So now, yeah, we can do that. And also, yeah, RobTop already did this. You can make a number negative if you want it to be like infinite. There, that was weird. But yeah, you can also do gravity X. I'll put back to 0. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff, cool things. And yeah, that is the particle tutorial. I feel like I forgot to say something, but yeah, I'm also not gonna use the face cam anymore. I will, but it's gonna be very rare that I use the face cam. Oh no. Well, I'm always gonna play Geometry Dash because now I'm a Geometry Dash YouTuber. Yeah, I'm a Geometry Dash YouTuber now, and I'll only not use face cam in my tutorials, but other Geometry Dash videos I'll use it in. But this in the laser beam tutorial are the only exceptions. But yeah, particle tutorial that I spelt both wrong.